just got your asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. Nerds!
Sports, the infinite frontier. These are the rants, opinions, and discussions of the one and the only Sports Nerds. Their mission, to talk about the major headlines in sports news, drink beer, curse loudly, and heavily criticize their favorite teams. To boldly rant where no man has ranted before. And now, here are your nerds.
Get those nerds! Nerds!
Philip Ford,
Oh no! We suck again!
Max Andrews,
What are you? I'm Batman.
and Cobb.
You are a factory of sadness!
Oh, there you go. All right.
Hey, how's it
Hello,
going?
and welcome to another episode of Sports Nerds. It's just Carp and Max today. Philip couldn't make it. He's busy doing things.
He's being an adult, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I guess you have to do that.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're going to talk some sports stuff.
We are going to definitely talk some sports.
But more important than sports, Star Wars came out.
Yes, it did.
And
My mind was blown. I don't know about you.
yeah,
but
I loved it. It was great. Go watch that
Yeah.
movie. Go watch it like 7 times.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go see it again. At
I'm
least
going-
a couple more times.
Yeah, I'm going today.
You're going today?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
I just figured you were already going.
Should have called me on the cell phone.
No, my friend got me a ticket, before the whole opening weekend
Gotcha.
for Gateway Theater, but
Gateway.
yeah,
Where's Gateway?
on campus.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Can you reserve seats there?
I don't think so.
No?
I think it's just
Regular
free
old
roll.
theater?
Doing it up right. College students can get in.
There you go. Get a little
But,
contact high.
Yeah. All right. So Star Wars came out, and I think this is going to introduce a whole new level of sports because I think sports is the only thing we haven't seen Star Wars on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they need to come up like Jedi power battles and lightsaber duels and whatnot. That could become a real thing.
You mean like in the in the real world?
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sports?
Obviously we don't have lightsabers, but you
Yeah.
can still like swing a stick around. And
Yeah.
pretend it's a lightsaber and have lightsaber
Yeah.
duels.
Yeah, we have like the toy lightsabers. We could do fights like that.
Yeah.
I
I think it would become a real thing.
kind of like basically we could probably get the people from like American Ninja Warrior, and they could duel out. They
and
could
we get some of
battle.
those parkour idiots.
hmm
And then
Pod racing, but pod racing's dumb.
yeah. I mean, it would be cool if you could get it going and, if you could build a gigantic freaking thing that, like...
Yeah, just to have one. But as far as the whole racing thing in general, no. Especially if they let little kids do it. That just
I'm down for that also, because I feel like the little kids would just get into horrific accidents all the time. And I'm
what
cool.
the hell is that?
I'm cool with that. That's fine. I think that's good.
It'll be fun because little kids will get in accidents.
Yeah, it's wholesome family entertainment.
It'll
It'll show all the other little kids the dangers of driving fast and open top speeding.
They already do that, and like when you go to when you're getting your temps and shit, they show you like pictures of mutilated cars and people. And
Yeah, and they could just show you the
show
pod
it
race
in real
picture.
life, or they can just keep showing the Dale Earnhardt crash over
Yeah,
and over again.
there you
I
go.
don't know about it. What other sports could they use? And I know no one's tuning in right now, but if you could think of anything, go ahead and drop us a line.
3geekspodcast@gmail.com.
There you go. Remember that.
Or you can hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah,
at 3Geeks Podcast
that'd be sweet too.
or Facebook,
Just blow it up.
whatever.
You could do like the monster chessboard thing that they do. That's not really sports related. They had on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that thing, that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. I'd like to learn that game.
They were playing other games too in the bar in this new one.
Mhm.
Spoiler alert: there's a bar scene, just like in A New Hope, where there's different kinds of aliens and they're playing music, but they're playing these different kinds of games. Completely forget what they're playing. But
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see like bar games in a galaxy far, far away.
yeah, you wouldn't think that they do that, but they're just like us. But yeah, so go see Star Wars. It's incredible. It follows the pattern of every first installment of one of the, each of the trilogies, where someone passes away. And
yeah, see, now you're getting
that's spoiler. Okay, I'm done. All right.
But yeah, go see it. It's really good.
Go see it. Sorry.
All right, so sports. Let's
college football.
Football, the only sport that matters.
That's right. Until basketball playoffs start.
Well, until football's over, and then
I guess
whatever else can be there.
But so right now we're kind of in a dead time in college football. We got the really shitty bowl game started today. Right here in the background, we have the Arizona Wildcats taking on the New Mexico Lobos
at the Thanks for Showing Up Bowl.
Yeah, the Gildan New Mexico Bowl, and New Mexico's playing in it. Wow,
that's cool.
Home field advantage. Yeah, way to go on the neutral site there. But yeah, these bowl games that they're playing right now, they don't mean shit. The one thing I think that the college football committee got right is that they moved the college football playoff games to New Year's Eve, which makes the at least some of the December bowl games worth watching. Because in the past, historically, they're not worth watching. But with that, on New Year's Eve, we got the college football playoffs. Playing on New Year's Eve, we have Michigan State taking on Alabama, and then you will also have Clemson and Oklahoma. I think both of these games are going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a Roll Tears round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michigan State, and then I think Clemson is they're the team to beat. They're just good all over the ball.
Well, they're number one. They're undefeated.
Yeah.
They're the only undefeated team left. I mean, they deserve to be number one.
No,
I do not want to restart my PC right now. We'll do that later. But yeah, I think the Alabama-Michigan State game, I think they're both going to be fun to watch. I think they're going to be highly contrasted, though. Alabama-Michigan State, I think, is going to be the pro-style offense that you'll see, that you're used to seeing out of both of them. Running the ball, tough defense, and basically whoever can make a play at the end of the game will probably – I think it's going to be a lot like the Michigan State-Iowa game.
Yep.
My baby's crying upstairs, so I'm going to bring him down here real quick.
It's Henry, right? The
Derrick Henry, yeah. Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, he's obviously, you got to do something about that guy. And it's going to be a good smash-mouth game of football. That's what I like to see. And, Big Ten, I'm hoping Michigan State can pull it out, but I think they're going to have their hands full with Derrick Henry. Is that all the college football we got? I mean, there's got to be some other college football. Ohio State's playing in the Fiesta Bowl, right? I wish you were within earshot, so I, was not just actually talking to myself. What? Oh, okay. We're playing the Fiesta Bowl, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. We're going to play Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. Now, the last time Ohio State saw Notre Dame in a bowl game.
In the Fiesta Bowl,
we won. And then we took the head quarterback.
We kicked their ass.
Sister home and made a proper woman out of her.
That's right.
But no, AJ Hawk got married to Brady Quinn's sister.
That's right, he did.
Cool. But yeah, looking forward to this Fiesta Bowl. I think
if
Ohio State can get their heads out of their asses as far as our offense is concerned, we've got a really good shot at this one.
I think they can murder Notre Dame. I really do. Ohio State was favored by 5. Now they're favored by 7. The line just keeps growing because I think a lot of people figured out if Ohio State plays the way they did against Notre Dame as they did against Michigan the last game of the year here and stomp them in the Big House, and they were the number 2 overall defense in the country, I think Ohio State will murder Notre Dame. And that's nothing against Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a very talented team. They got a lot of good players. They, they exceeded expectations a lot when they lost a lot of their starting guys. And they still kept rolling and were winning games, winning big games. almost beat Clemson, took them to the wire, and but I still think Ohio State is the clear best team in the country. That is not me being biased. That is me just looking at the roster that Ohio State has and comparing it to everybody else in the country, and just every position, top to bottom, no one can match Ohio State's depth or their talent. And they just had their heads up their asses for one game, and it cost them, and now they got to pay for it. But
I mean, it sucks if it happens late, Like, if you're going to lose a game, you got to do it early.
yeah, I mean, look at Alabama. I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're nearly as good as everyone thinks they are. That's why I think Michigan State's going to beat Alabama.
Michigan State's a giant killer, so
yeah,
they just hang on, and they hang on until the end, and they make their move.
And they've won so many big games this year. They beat Oregon they beat Michigan, they beat us, they beat Iowa, Big Ten title game. They are seasoned. Connor Cook's been starting since he was a freshman, so he's been on this role for a while now with this team, and so he's used to it. He's not going to be shaken up. He's not going to be intimidated by Alabama. And plus, I think he's a way better quarterback than what Alabama's throwing out there. So I think Michigan State's got the advantage where it counts quarterback. I think running game and defense, they're both toss-ups. And so that's why I think Michigan State's going to win because they got the better QB. So
there we go.
But and then we got. Did you talk about Oklahoma, Clemson?
Nah. Oklahoma, they're explosive.
Yes, big time explosive.
But I don't know. I don't think that's gonna save them this time.
It'll be really interesting because I'm wondering to see if I think both teams are going to score points. They both got really good quarterbacks that can run and throw. And the quarterback for Clemson was up for the Heisman and all that good stuff. And I mean, and the Baker Mayfield, the quarterback for Oklahoma, was also in the Heisman running. So I mean, they got it where it counts at quarterback. I think it's going to come down to the defenses, who can get the stops.
Yeah.
And
I mean, because Oklahoma can count on, if they get stopped, 5 out of 10 possessions, it's fine. Their possessions are so short.
Yeah.
It doesn't really their whole offense is built around. It's all right, we can, as long as we get, our 5 big plays, our wide receiver's going to beat you for a 90-yard pass.
Yeah.
Time, that's all we need. So they're kind of just hey, the more times we touch the ball, then obviously we're going to get more points.
Oh, totally. Yeah, and then it comes down to clock control. Basically, what you're getting to is if Clemson can hold on to the ball and have long drives, keep Oklahoma keep their offense off the field, I think Clemson can definitely win. But it's going to be exciting because both of them can score big, fast, and quick. They both got big play capability. Their defenses are better than what people think they are. So they're both going to be great games, though. So I think the committee got it right, though, in picking the 4 teams. And we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see New Year's Eve.
See how it goes. I'm actually looking. I'm looking more forward to watching the Clemson-Oklahoma game because I just think it's going to be more exciting with a lot more offense and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Michigan State tends to grind.
There's not a lot of points going to be scored in that game, I don't think.
And so, it's obviously more important to me personally, but I think I'm going to enjoy the Oklahoma-Clemson game a little more.
Yeah. Well, we talked about college football playoff now. We talked about the Fiesta Bowl. Let's talk about some other big-time bowl games. North Carolina, 11-2. They're ranked 10th. Is playing Baylor. They're 9-3. Baylor's 17th. That should be an interesting game. I think North Carolina is going to take that. They had a really good year. They took Clemson in the ACC title game to the wire. Baylor's got their 4th-string quarterback, I believe, 3rd or 4th-string quarterback. They've just been dropping like flies over there.
RG3 came back from the NFL.
Yeah, RG3's got a year of eligibility, so he came back. Or they built a statue of RG3 in front of the stadium. So I think the statue is going to play.
Yeah, the heart and soul. Of Baylor. Going to make the statue come alive.
Yeah. Overrated LSU, 8-3. They're ranked 20th. Is playing Texas Tech, 7-5. I guess the NCAA wanted to throw the SEC a bone and said, hey, you guys want to win a bowl game finally this year? LSU, you can play Texas Tech. So LSU will probably murder them and make people think, oh, LSU's not that bad. But they are.
I mean, it would be really good if Texas Tech just won that one.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Hopefully
I don't know.
Texas
I'm an
scores some
SEC
points.
hater. I don't
Oh, me too.
like to see them
I mean,
win. I don't think Texas Tech will win, but that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, there was a long stretch there where SEC was the best conference, and they had the best talent. But over the past, I want to say 2-3 years, Big Ten and Pac-10, well, Pac-12 now, Big Ten, Pac-12, and even the Big 12, they've caught up with them, and they got a lot. I mean, there's a lot of talent around, spread out around now, and I don't think the SEC can. They piss me off. And they beat Ohio State twice in the national title. Another big game. Number 25 USC. They're 8-5. They're taking on Wisconsin 9-3. Wisconsin. As much as I want to see the Big Ten win this, I think USC is going to win.
No way, dude. Wisconsin's got it. It's locked in.
Wisconsin doesn't have a quarterback. I mean, I don't know. I think their 9-3 record's a little fluffed. I mean, they play in the weaker part of the Big Ten, and I don't know. I think USC's going to take that one.
USC's got a really solid team this year, despite all their
all their
biz going on.
With the coach getting fired for drinking, and now he's suing the school.
They're still looking. They're still looking pretty good.
There's a ton of talent on that team. Don't let their 8-5 record fool you.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really interesting game. I think it's going to be really fun to watch. Houston against Florida State. Houston went 12-1. Tom Herman's team. Against Florida State, 10-2.
Please,
Florida State's
come back.
It's got Dalvin Cook, the amazing running back, while Houston's got that high-powered offense.
I want to see Houston win it.
Yeah, I'd love to see Houston win.
It's bittersweet for me because he was our offensive coordinator.
Yeah, we could definitely use Tom Herman this year.
But as much as I joke and all the hate is really a joke, that guy is obviously a smart guy.
Oh yeah.
Obviously has
made Kenny Guyton look like
only the man. He can only go up. He's done a fantastic job down in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are playing fired up, and they're all in for the plan. Whatever the plan is, they're 100% working for it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see Houston win. They look really good this year.
Yeah, he's really brought that program up. And there's rumors going around he was going to take a bunch of these empty coaching jobs. But I think he's going to hold out until they fire the coach from Texas, and I think he's going to get that Texas job. So we talked about Oklahoma, Clemson, Michigan State, Alabama. Another interesting one is this is going to be on New Year's Day, Northwestern against Tennessee. Northwestern 10-2, Tennessee 8-4. Another Big Ten versus SEC game. I think Northwestern is going to beat Tennessee in this. I think Northwestern does just enough to win.
They've won a few. I mean, they've only lost 2 games this season. They definitely won a couple big games. They won at Stanford. They won. Who else did they beat?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay, so maybe it was just the Stanford game where they actually had a real challenge. But they do look pretty good. They got a solid defense. They got destroyed by Michigan too.
Yeah. But yeah. Big Ten bias here, though. I think Northwestern's going to beat Tennessee. Here's an interesting matchup. Michigan against Florida. I'm going to take Michigan in that because Florida does not have a quarterback. You saw it in the SEC title game where Florida made it a game in that first half, but second half their quarterback couldn't do shit, and they lost because of it, plain and simple. Couldn't throw the ball, couldn't throw it to open guys, and they just had to rely on their running game. Their running game didn't give them anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, going the Wolverines on this one. Here's another game. Rose Bowl, Stanford and Iowa. I think this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be much like the slobber knocker that I think the Michigan State-Alabama game is going to be. Just 2 tough teams that are built on running the ball and playing good defense. I think Stanford might take this one, but I'm rooting for Iowa. Obviously, I'm always going to be rooting for the Big Ten in the bowl season, but I think Stanford's got the talent. They got McCaffrey, that guy who can throw, pass, and run. And I said throw and pass in the same thing.
Yeah, he can do both.
Yeah,
at the same time.
He can throw and pass at the same time. So just remember that. Throw and pass at the same time, and he can run, and he can catch.
And he can stand and breathe at the same time.
He can eat food.
He can talk and chew gum.
He can drink water.
Yeah, man, Gatorade.
He can drive a car if he wants to.
Gatorade.
But yeah, so I think Stanford's going to take that one. Oklahoma State against Mississippi, Ole Miss. I'm taking Oklahoma State in that game. I've watched Oklahoma State play a couple times this year, and they're just like Oklahoma, basically. I mean, they got the big play capability.
Mm.
They got a quarterback that can sling it. They got speed on the outside, and they can play just enough defense to win a game. So I like Oklahoma State in that.
They're playing Mississippi.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
We
needed Ole
They
Miss.
got the history. I don't know. What's their record this year?
Ole Miss is 9-3. Oklahoma
9
State's 10-2.
9-3. Ole Miss team. Who did they get beat by?
They got beat by Arkansas, or they got beat by Arkansas in overtime on that bullshit play where this guy from Arkansas just threw the ball behind him and threw this crazy lateral on fourth down. They got the first down. They ended up scoring a touchdown. Like, when you lose like that, your credibility goes out the window, which is what puzzles me, is that, why people don't criticize Alabama more about their loss to Ole Miss, because Ole Miss did beat them early in the season.
Yeah, it's just about that early loss. Like,
It's the early
the
loss,
first 2-3 games of the season, you might be all right.
It's like people forget that you lost.
But if that loss is still fresh in the memory, then you're number 8 and you got to play in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, and you got to fucking play. You got to murder Notre Dame just to make your point.
Fine.
All right.
What else we got? Anybody interesting?
We got Oregon and TCU.
Is that interesting?
Trayvon Boykin plays. It is. I think he'll be back for this game. He was a Heisman runner.
We got some ideas. Looks like. Yep, Nico says that this game is going to suck.
Nico likes TCU. He thinks TCU is going to beat the Ducks. He's smiling.
I don't know. I like Oregon in this game.
You like Oregon?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate TCU just because of all their bitching that they've done before in the past, especially last year. But I don't know. I think if Boykin plays, they got a really good receiver too. I forget his name, but Boykin's really good. He could probably murder Oregon single-handedly. So, but that's all we got for the college football bowl games. There's a bunch of other bowl games, but they don't matter like this garbage that's on today.
Hey man, this dude just made a pretty sweet catch though, a one-handed ODB style.
Yeah.
Yeah, like over another dude like this.
ODB is so good.
Yeah, I saw that guy catch the ball with 3 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Would you see his touchdown catch on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, with this toe on the line.
Yeah,
dude.
That was amazing.
Skirt.
If he doesn't if that got called an incompletion, I would have won $20 on DraftKings. Playing against a guy who had ODB.
Oh man, I had ODB. I needed him to come alive, and then 84 yards.
Dude, he's a machine.
84-yard touchdown pass, and boom, Max is in the lead. Sports Nerds Fantasy Football League.
Well, let's talk about it.
Are you in the playoffs?
No.
Is Philip in the playoffs?
No.
Who's in the playoffs?
You. That's all. You can talk about it.
Did you pick up you said you're picking it up on Monday.
I'm picking up the trophy on Monday.
Okay.
Next episode, we have a Sports Nerds Fantasy Football trophy.
Trophy reveal.
Epic. The trophy guy is a friend of mine. When I showed him what I wanted to mount on this thing, his eyes lit up with ideas. I told him what to write on it. It's going to be incredible. So.
Yeah,
hope everyone else likes it.
I'm super excited, dude. Like, I was waiting on this Star Wars movie to come out so I could have no distractions for the playoffs. Now that the Star Wars movie came out, it's good. I can focus on winning that beautiful Millennium Falcon mounted on that trophy.
We're gonna surprise everybody.
No, we already said.
We did?
Showed the box on here or something.
Oh, we did. Okay, yeah. It's a Millennium Falcon.
I had it.
Okay, yeah, we did show. Yeah. It's Millennium Falcon. It's gonna be mounted on a plaque
and stuff, but it's gonna be awesome. And no, all right, I'm actually looking pretty good. I'm a contender. Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna win. I can say I could contend. I'm not.
Let's go over your lineup here.
I'm gonna lose.
Let's go over your lineup here.
I mean, it gets pretty weak about halfway through. Like once you get past the second running back.
Sometimes you think it's weak, but then you look at the matchups that you got,
That's true.
That Matt Ryan, Doug Martin trade that we did. Looks really bad.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Looks really bad for me.
I'm loving it. Matty Ice
Look at this.
not doing too
Dude,
much.
he's doing terrible. They're talking about drafting a quarterback next year.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Better to let the Wookiee win.
yep.
Max Andrews. You got Blake Bortles, who's been an amazing fantasy quarterback. Matt
Lighting it
Forte,
up.
who is lighting it up since he's been back. Doug Martin, he put up 9 points for you. You got ODB, DeAndre Hopkins. Those are two of the best fantasy receivers you got. You talk about it dwindles down. Austin Safarian Jenkins, he's back.
He put up some good points.
Tyler Lockett, who I drafted in a lot of leagues, and then I ended up dropping him, has just come on like a motherfucker. Kansas City's defense, which they're playing Baltimore Ravens, they got Jimmy Clausen starting for them. It's terrible. Gostowski, best kicker in the league. You having a monster team.
It's all right. It's
Your
all right.
bench, Vincent Jackson.
No.
Okay. Antonio Andrews, yeah.
No.
All right.
No, my bench is
Moncrief. Chandler.
Moncrief was
Scott Chandler would have been all right if Gronk stayed hurt, but
that just dropped right off. I had him for 1 week, and then that was it. That was all he was good for.
I mean, you'll be okay as long as your
That's
people
what I'm
don't get
saying.
hurt.
That's what I'm saying. I feel good. I got a solid team.
You're going up against Fitzpatrick, Adrian Peterson, D'Angelo Williams, Calvin Johnson, AJ Green. AJ Green's going to suck now that
I'm hoping.
Red Rifle's
yeah.
out. Jordan Reed, he's good. Tim Hightower, not Dante. Tim Hightower.
I tried to pick him up.
Depends on the matchup.
then
Kelsey,
I had to switch to Lockett because
John Brown, Des Bryant, Starks, Diggs, James Wise. So it's not bad, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's what I'm
You
saying.
definitely got the better starting lineup.
I feel pretty good about my chances. Everything's looking good. Hopefully, I can get this trophy. I just want to win it so bad. I'm telling you, like, you can ask any of like my family members. It's all I talk about is how much I want to win this stupid trophy, and yeah, I can't wait.
You're the biggest like nerd out of the three of us, and like your sports knowledge
Is the weakest.
is the weakest,
Yeah,
and yet you're gonna.
I'm playing.
You have a monster. Yeah,
I'm
you're
going
playing
for it.
You're playing for the shit.
it.
I can't believe it.
It's beautiful.
I'm so salty. Le'Veon Bell, why'd you have to get hurt?
Twice.
No, he got suspended. Then he got.
Oh yeah, that was it.
So
You want another beer? Or you still
I'm
have a
okay
bunch of
right
beer?
now, yeah.
You mind if I go grab another
go
beer?
for it, man.
All right, I'm just gonna leave Mike with his salt because
I'm just gonna sit here and
yeah,
salt.
I think he needs a moment. But yeah, I'm gonna get.
I need
beer.
something. That's for damn sure.
But it just wasn't your season, man. It just wasn't your season.
Yeah. All right. Well, since we're talking about pro football, I'm going to touch on a little bit here about my man crush. I usually every year I have a man crush. Now, not every year do I renew my man crush. My man crush is always a pro football player. It started back when Peyton Hillis played for the Browns and just blew up, got on the cover of Madden. He was my man crush. Then he started to suck, and the Browns got rid of him. And then I moved on, and Rob Gronkowski became my new man crush, and he was my man crush for a while. Then after that man crush, sorry, Browns Nation, but Le'Veon Bell was my man crush for a while. But my new man crush today is Cam Newton. This guy has been tearing it up. He has been throwing and running and passing and throwing and passing and throwing, and
Scam Newton.
he's been awesome, man. And one thing that he's been doing this year that he gives like all his balls to like kids, but not like his balls, but like every touchdown he scores, he gives a ball to the kids. Shut up, Holly.
Oh, that's terrible.
So like that just makes him even cooler, and he still does the touchdown dances. He's like becoming the total package, and
And also, he's got the team. Like, I mean, they're all buying in.
yeah, I mean they're all buying in. They
everybody, like the defense is on fire.
Yeah.
They're just crushing it.
Yeah.
Offense, obviously, just putting up points. Cam Newton doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean Jonathan Stewart's an average running back.
Olsen.
The receivers are average. Olsen's above average tight end, but I mean their O-line is average. So it's like Cam Newton's really doing this all by himself. I mean the guy had last year he was in an auto accident, broke his ribs, like flipped his car, and then he kept playing. And ever since that accident, they've been undefeated in the regular season. Like it's incredible.
Apparently, if you're an NFL quarterback, go get into a car accident
Break your ribs.
and break your ribs.
It's
Yeah,
like a
then-
superhero that gets like in a in a radiation leak or something
Yeah.
like that. And
Well,
like,
I mean, it's even like Adrian Peterson's. Like he comes back off that injury
tears his ACL, yeah.
and
Almost
has the second best season ever
Yeah.
in football history. So I mean, like, I don't know, these guys are bouncing back off these injuries and something crazy is going on.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that's my new man crush now is Cam Newton.
That's a good one to have.
I'm totally on board with the Panthers.
Justified in that.
Totally on board with the Carolina Panthers and what they're doing right now. It has just been amazing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll see how they put him down. We'll see how they draft, see if they pick up, in the off season to see how they try to augment the team, because if they give him some more weapons, if more people can.
Yeah, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be good for a while. But yeah, so that's my new man crush. And Carolina Panthers are my team right now. They play the Giants. The Giants have been known to upset people when they are undefeated. They beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, obviously, a while back. Before that, they beat your Denver Broncos in '98 when Denver was undefeated. So they got a track record of doing this, but I don't
see it.
I don't think ODB is enough to beat them.
No, they don't have the line to protect.
Who will probably be my next man crush, by the way, if he keeps this up.
I don't think that the Giants are pretty dinged up, and I don't think that they have just the stuff to keep Eli. Because Eli's going to play one of two games. He's either going to have every game. He's either going to have the best game of his life or the worst game of his life.
Yeah, it's always hit or miss with Eli.
And I think that he's more set up to have the worst game than he is to have the best.
I totally agree. But yeah, with that being said, Eli does play in the NFC East. Nobody in that division right now has a winning record. It's the Eagles and the Giants and the Redskins are all tied for first place with like a 6-7 record, which is pathetic.
Yeah, the Giants could squeak in.
Yeah.
If they pull it out, which again I don't see happening, but if they manage to stop the undefeated Carolina Panthers, then I think they're locked in.
Oh, totally. Well, I mean, if they can beat the best team in the NFL, they can beat anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm really surprised, though, how the Washington Redskins got to 6 wins, especially benching RG3 basically for the year. Kirk Cousins has shown flashes of brilliance, but I don't think he can do it on a consistent basis.
He's a solid backup, for sure.
He is a very solid backup, but, I mean, they got weapons. They got Jordan Reed, Deshaun Jackson, Alfred Morris, so they got some good players there.
I hope Jordan Reed doesn't have a good game, though.
Yeah, because you're playing him.
I mean, I don't want him to get hurt or nothing, no bad juju, but, 0 fantasy points would be great.
Maybe he misses his flight and he gets suspended for the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Food poisoning or, whatever.
Diarrhea.
Oh, there you go. He had some bad Taco Bell last night.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm super kidding, Karma.
But,
Universe.
Yeah, right. You better watch out. So it's just a terrible division. The Philadelphia Eagles have been a huge disappointment. Chip Kelly got rid of everybody, and all the people he brought in haven't done shit. Sam Bradford sucks.
I thought he only got rid of the black people.
Oh, yeah, but he brought black people in, though. So it's like he got rid of those black people and got in new black people.
Ah, yes, the new crop.
Yeah, the new crop of black people is in.
No, but the Eagles are they're a hot mess.
Yeah. And everyone's talking about firing Chip Kelly,
I don't know. I think Chip Kelly kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think pretty much all their troubles, I don't want to say boiled down to him, but he's not helping. He's just not making the good decisions.
No, he's a hot mess. The Eagles are a hot mess.
Yeah.
I think that experiment, I think how they'll finish out here in these last 3 games here might determine his fate. How they play, I don't know if it's whether or not they win or lose, but it's how they play.
And I'll tell you what, if they win 3 games and then go, did they play the Giants again?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, if they beat the Giants, then they're in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing too. They could, they can win 1 game and lose 2. They go 1-2 in these last 3 weeks and still make the playoffs possibly. So
yeah, this should be good. I like the dumpster bowl kind of.
Well, they did it. Well, I mean, the Panthers did it last year. They went in with a losing record and made a little bit of noise.
Who was it? A little while ago. Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, that was right before they drafted Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
they got beast mode, and beast mode single-handedly took them to the second round.
Yeah, but they didn't trust him to take him over 1 yard.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
He takes
exactly.
him into the playoffs.
And
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, speaking of the Seahawks, their backup, Thomas Rawls, who has been tearing it up, broke his ankle.
Yep.
So now they are out. They're down to their third-string running back. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not the Seahawks can keep this up. Russell Wilson has come on, and he's got 82 completion percentage over the past few weeks. And that'll continue when he annihilates my Browns on Sunday. But, yeah, he's been on fire lately. And so I don't know if that'll be enough to take him to the Super Bowl, because I think you really need to be able to run the ball. But who knows? Who knows? Because this could be Russell Wilson really coming into his own. So
I mean, yeah, let's say where you said, what's his name?
Cam Newton.
Scam Newton is just put the team on his back and running with it. Russell Wilson's got the same capabilities. He's that caliber player, and we'll see if he can shine through.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
Any other big stories in the NFL?
Other than Brock Osweiler still starting
your
for the
boy
Broncos.
Brock Osweiler, man.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited about that. I'm glad we got a solid kicker. You know, like this is the time of year where like defense, kicking, awesome.
Yeah. Now, do you think if Brock Osweiler keeps screwing up, do you think that and Peyton Manning's ready to go, would you put Peyton Manning back in?
I would start Peyton Manning to see if maybe he's had all his time off. I mean, I know it's off an injury, but he's also just been getting better. He's been resting,
and making commercials.
I mean, like, hey, I don't feel bad when a guy who's hurt makes a bunch of commercials. What I don't want to see is Johnny Football in a commercial. You know,
he's done one commercial.
He's been in like 3 commercials, but even still, he doesn't deserve.
He was in a Snickers commercial, and then he was in a McDonald's
2 Snickers commercials and a McDonald's commercial. But either way, I'll watch a Super Bowl champion.
Which he's been playing pretty well though.
I'll watch the Super Bowl champions commercial versus Johnny Football.
Yeah, he won that Super Bowl when he wasn't with your team.
I'm just saying, but I'm not talking about the Broncos. I'm talking about Peyton Manning in a commercial.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Nico in a commercial. What do you think, Nico?
Hey, you want
to be in a commercial?
Is he going to be a linebacker, you think?
I think he's got the. Well, if he gets broad shoulders, I think he can do it. He's pretty strong. He's starting to roll over. Say, hey! Say, go Bucks! He's got his duckies on still. Dude, it's 3 in the afternoon, and he's still wearing his ducky jacket.
If his first words are "Go Bucks," then you're the best parent of all time.
Well, that's my goal. That's my goal.
But
the dog's getting jealous.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. Okay, so yeah, if he comes back, if he's healthy, I say put him in. If he's not feeling 100%, then I say might as well start Osweiler, because the play that Peyton Manning was putting up even before he got injured wasn't. I mean, like, you're pretty much getting the same points.
Pretty average, yeah.
And so, I mean, I say get him healthy.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty good shot of getting in there. Like,
you guys will make the playoffs. For sure.
Let's just batten down the hatches.
Yeah.
Get Peyton healthy, and then try to win with Peyton.
Weather the storm, yeah.
It would be my.
Well, you're running the ball now a little bit better, which will help, and your defense is still fucking awesome. So.
We got anything else going on?
Well, little thing about Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston is going to win the Rookie of the Year this year. I think he is. I think he's outplayed Mariota, and I think he's really. There's this YouTube video. You guys have to check it out. It is of Jameis Winston giving this post-game speech to the team, and just how he sounds and just the fire that he brings, and along with them like being in contention. I think they kind of got eliminated now, but to make them the Buccaneers relevant in his first year as a starting quarterback, with all the controversy surrounding him, I think he's really done a hell of a job. I think he's definitely going to be Rookie of the Year this year over Marcus Mariota. Mariota has done good individually, but hasn't equated in wins.
No, and I think that Marcus Mariota even though both teams haven't really had a whole bunch of success, I don't feel like he's pulled his team, farther than Jameis Winston.
Exactly,
the Buccaneers. But yeah, they're both doing great. I don't like to see rookies starting, especially at the quarterback position, because I feel like coming out of college they get a lot of hype, and they're like, okay, this guy's gonna be the next guy to do it or whatever. You know, like everyone feels like you can get Ben
He threw up. Hold
Roethlisberger.
on one second.
Ben Roethlisberger coming out of the gate, and you know Ben Roethlisberger's a freak. You know, you're not gonna get that every time.
Well, Roethlisberger didn't even really start as a rookie, but
Well, that's true.
he came in though like his second. Well, he did start as a rookie, but like he came in because of Tommy Maddox got hurt.
Yeah.
It took him to the friggin' AFC title game.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like you're not gonna get that every time. But then I'd say Jameis Winston he's showing more maturity than I gave him credit for.
Yeah.
And I'm doing some good things. So hopefully, you know, we just get hopefully this just equates to much better football all around. But I'd like to see quarterbacks come out of college and spend a year underneath somebody.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of learning it, like picking up the speed of the game and getting, you know, because if you look at Aaron Rodgers, how many years did he spend underneath Brett Favre?
3 or 4.
So, I mean, and then came out and like he obviously always had that talent, but the knowledge that he gained in those years, I think also helped him out a lot when when they finally like, all right, let's let this cat out the gates.
Oh, totally.
So, you know, you got that going on. So yeah, Jameis Winston, keep on doing good work, man.
Yeah, and it's also interesting too because I've been kind of curious to see who these new crop of the next elite quarterbacks are going to be, because you have Peyton Manning's going to retire soon, Tom Brady's going to be gone soon, Aaron Rodgers is in his early 30s now. You know, he's like 31 or something like that. There's really nobody else who's going to take over. You know, Andrew Luck possibly, but he's been hurt, hasn't done well this year. Thought Colin Kaepernick was going to be there, but he's kind of flaked out.
No, yeah, he kind of fizzled.
So RG3 nowhere to be heard.
Well,
from.
I feel like RG3 never got the right fit just yet.
Yeah,
I think he can still be one of the elite quarterbacks.
Yeah,
if he gets underneath the right program, or if the program is like, okay, we need to work with you and see what's going on.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he ever played to his strengths, or like he was used in the right way.
Oh, totally. But then you got Eli, old, Roethlisberger, old, Phillip Rivers, old. So it's like you got all these quarterbacks that are going to be retiring the next couple of years, and it's like, who's going to take their spots? We thought Matt Ryan was going to be, an up-and-coming elite quarterback, but this year he's taken – the first 6 games they were undefeated. Now they're terrible. They lost 7 in a row or something like that.
Andy Dalton.
Dalton, he's on the fringe.
Done a lot of good things this year.
He was, but we might not see what happens because of his thumb injury. He's week to week, but the team says he's week to week, but doctors say he's out for 6 weeks. So you do the math. I can't do math. So. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to
be week to week for 6 weeks where they don't play him.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see, who's going to step up and be these elite, these next, elite quarterbacks that are going to challenge all the old records and all that stuff like that. So
Cam Newton's doing all the things for that.
Yeah, I think Cam Newton's leading the way as far as the new next wave of elite quarterbacks, and I was on the fringe about him for a while.
And his maturity also, is commendable. He's like you said, right after the crash, they've not lost a game, and even though he's kind of acting silly and stuff like that on the sidelines, you can definitely see the work that they're putting in, is showing out, and because you can't go undefeated in the NFL without doing a bunch of hard work.
And it shows too. It's like you put in so much work, during the week, and then you go out there in the field and ball out. You can have fun like that. You can get away with the antics and all that stuff like that because you know what you're doing, and the game slows down for you, and so it's a piece of cake. And so I think he's at that point now, and it's fun to watch. It really is.
Oh yeah, definitely making football fun to watch. I can't wait till next year when the super surprise trade to the Broncos happens, and Cam Newton's going to be playing for the Broncos.
That will never happen.
This is very hush hush.
That will never happen.
In the first opening stages of the contract negotiations.
He will stay in the South. He's going to stay in the South.
Denver's South-ish.
Yeah, of Canada.
It's south of something.
Yeah.
But again, I just like to see these guys doing good work, and just like you're not hearing about them it's good to hear good things and not, hey, this guy just beat his wife, or hey, this guy just got
that is
into a
one thing
drunken
too.
car accident.
Yeah, that is one thing too. I have to agree with you with is that you haven't heard a lot of most NFL players have been out of the headlines as far as bad news goes. But then again, that we know of. But at the same time, I mean, what was the worst thing we've heard so far this year? I mean, Greg Hardy, we knew about him, but he hasn't done anything bad off the field this year. What was the worst thing we've heard? Johnny Manziel getting in a fight with his girlfriend.
Yeah, he likes to get drunk and party.
Yeah, on the freeway. So it was like that was it. You haven't heard shit from really anybody. So
yeah, good. I mean, yeah, it's just good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
The drama, the random drama, and all that other stuff is detractory to the game.
No, I totally agree. So, but we got a few more weeks here till the NFL playoffs, and then we got the championship next week for the Sports Nerds Fantasy League. So
it's like the beginning of the championship, because it's the semifinals, but it's a 2-week final.
Yes, because we got 4 teams in the playoffs, so it's a 2-week thing. So we'll keep you updated. Well, that's how they do it if you only have so many teams.
Yeah.
So we will keep you all updated on that. So stay tuned for that. Want to talk a little NBA real quick?
Yeah, man.
All right.
We got Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
They finally lost.
I mean, they did lose a game, but I mean, still, like, what they were 29-0 or 30-0.
They were 25-0, and then they went 25-1. Yeah, they're like 28-1 now. 28-1, 29-1.
Anyway, either way, they still got their. I think they're 29 because they got to play their home game. Is their next game will be their 30th home win or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are killing it. Just looking good all over the court. You can't talk NBA Finals or championship without mentioning them. Of course, it's still a pretty long season. They got a lot of.
Oh, they got 50 more games to play.
And
so
we'll see. Hopefully they don't get dinged up. Hopefully, I just like to see them play. And those are another team that's just out there. You can tell they do hard work, but they also have a bunch of fun, and it's good to just watch.
Yeah.
And they're making the NBA. I think they're part of you got LeBron in Cleveland. You got Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, and it's like these guys are making the game fun to watch again. And and I think they're bringing out the next generation. This is finally the next generation stars that you can really throw up there. And
well, you got Well, I mean, you have Kobe, one of the all-time greats, probably one of the top 10 greatest players of all time, retiring this year. And you got LeBron, who is on the tail end of his prime. Durant is, we thought, Durant was going to be the next LeBron, but he really hasn't lived up to that. Same with Derrick Rose.
Oh, God, now Derrick Rose.
We could talk all day about Derrick Rose.
A rose is growing on the bench in Chicago.
So the next who's going to be the next superstar to really be the face of the league, and you're looking at it right now, it's Steph Curry. Steph Curry has just been blowing it up on and off the court. I mean, the guy's he's perfect. I mean, like off the court, he is just he doesn't get in trouble. He's a family guy. He brings his toddler to the press conferences, and everyone has a ball about it, and his teammates are great, and and so it's they're doing all the right things over there at Golden State, and it sucks being a Cavs fan, because they beat us last year. But
again, it wasn't the full strength of the Cavs.
Yeah,
it would have been a different game.
Yeah, and every team that the Golden State Warriors played in the Western Conference during those playoffs, their starting point guard was injured. So just keep that in mind. But I think the West as a conference, they're very finesse in the basketball that they play. The East is a lot more physical, in my opinion. And I think, I don't want to take anything away from the Warriors, but I think that gigantic winning streak they had, I don't want to say put an asterisk next to it or that it was tainted, but I think they were lucky that they played in the West, because the West does not really play. I mean, unless you're really the Clippers or the Spurs, they have two really good coaches, that teach their teams how to play defense. They don't really play anybody that can really be physical with them. So all Golden State has to do is just outscore you, and they do that pretty well. So And they lost to an Eastern Conference team, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there you go. Just proves my point. So,
Because we was talking about the Bucks.
Yeah, right.
But
they're
I mean, like,
terrible.
we're gonna hear that, oh, they were tired and
Yeah.
But they're
here.
this is still your job. Like, you're still professionals, so that shouldn't factor.
Exactly.
You should be able to work through that.
No excuses.
But
yeah, and it'll be really great to watch. They play the Cavs on Christmas Day, 8 o'clock at night. That's going to be an amazing game to watch. Kyrie Irving comes back tomorrow, Sunday night against the 76ers, which the 76ers are terrible. There's a lot of rumors going around that maybe they're going to try to get them to sell the team because they're being that bad.
Nope. You got to grind, baby.
So, but yeah.
How bad are the 76ers?
They've been picking in the top 3 probably like the past 4 or 5 years. They've had the longest losing streak. They have like the worst record in the NBA forever.
Did Iverson play for the 76ers?
Yeah, when they were good.
Yeah.
But I think it's basically just been that the owner doesn't care, and I think they just keep trying to acquire all these lottery picks to eventually put together some kind of super team, but it has not worked out.
One day.
They got Jahlil Okafor this year, and he's already been like in so many altercations off the court. There's a YouTube video of him fighting a couple of people.
Nice.
He was driving.
Did he win?
Of course, he's like 7 foot.
The same. That'd be funny if he got knocked out.
Yeah, and he is, he got pulled over going like 108 miles an hour and all this stuff like that, driving, and so it's just
hanging out with that Johnny Football. Sounds like
no, Johnny Football's a choir boy. So yeah, so there's just been a lot of controversy with the 76ers, and it's not going to get any better, and so it's going to be the perfect game for Kyrie Irving to come into and play.
Cheesecake game.
Yeah, so it'll be good. The Cavaliers as a whole, they have not been healthy all year yet, and that reflects on their record. But I tell you what, once the Cavs get 100% healthy here, they will be the best team in the league. Mark my words. And that's just not me being all decked out in Cavs gear, being a homer. Seriously, if you watch the Cavs this year, you can see the potential. And if you see their roster, you will know that they can play big, they can play small, they can play physical, they can play finesse. This roster is built to win the finals. They can play any style of ball that you want to, and you can see it in their roster. They can go, physical with LeBron and Tristan Thompson and Mozgov. They can go real big like that, or they could go small and Kevin Love play the center, and it's just a hell of a roster.
Of goodness all over the court.
They got Mo Williams and they got Richard Jefferson coming off the bench. Amazing shooters that can play a little defense, and they got a little length to them. So just watch out. It's a long season. We got 50 games to go. So.
Oh yeah, and I don't even really pay attention to basketball until the playoffs start, just because there's so many games, and I'm just waiting to see who's bench is still full at the end, when you get to the playoffs, because that's really what matters. Is like you got to keep your guys win enough games, keep your guys healthy.
Yeah.
I think it's the master plan when you're in the NBA, just because.
Yeah. It's not even it's all about just winning. Just getting enough wins just to get to the playoffs. As long as you get in the playoffs, you'll be fine. Like the whole home court advantage is nice. But at the same time, though, just if your team's good enough, you just got to make sure they're rested by the time that the playoffs start.
And in the NBA too, you'll have teams that's like, okay, well, they're a playoffs team. They're not, a regular season team. Yeah, it's gonna be crap the whole regular season. But just get in there again. Yeah. All you gotta do is get enough to win. Yeah. And then they just take off in the playoffs, and it's a whole nother monster. So. Yeah, like I usually reserve judgment until we get into the playoffs just to see where the teams are at. And oh wow, dude, really sorry, that was just a busted defense right there.
Yeah.
But you got to just because like the team will be different. Like you're even saying right now, Kyrie Irving is hurt, so the Cavs team is different. It
changes their entire makeup.
Yeah,
they got to bring a guy off the bench to start, and then they got to replace that guy who's coming off the bench. So.
And so we'll see how that goes. Again, the Golden State is, I mean, everyone said it's the name on everyone's tongue, and with good reason. They're the team, the team in the spotlight right now. But there's a bunch of good teams in the NBA. And then the Spurs, obviously, Tim Duncan, the ageless one, still just doing it over there. The Cavs
and the Spurs are a perfect example of a team that rests their players during the middle of the year. They take nights off just so they can be ready for the playoffs, make that playoff run. So.
And hopefully good regular season games, but we'll see where these teams are at.
Yeah, Christmas Day is usually it's like, hey, there's NBA on, and then we forget about the NBA until basically February after the Super Bowl. So.
Yep.
But yeah.
But is that all? Is that all the sports?
That's all I got, man.
All right. Well,
and this baby won't let me have any more time to.
Nico's like, I need some attention.
Yeah.
This is his first year being around.
He's 4 months old.
He's 4 months old, so he's just getting used to hanging around.
Yeah. He's still getting used to the whole podcast thing. But.
So yeah, we'll get out of here. But I'm Max.
I'm Carv.
That's Nico. And we'll catch you guys later. We're gonna say bye for Phil. Phil, we miss you, dude.
And as always, may the sports be with you.